Hey, you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexis, and today is going to be a prophetic word. I'm going to restart that because the timer is off. So, hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis, and today is going to be a prophetic word. So, the word that God has put in my spirit is start thanking God because it's here. What you prayed for is here. And I know we see a bunch of videos talking about that every day on YouTube. But I mean, we just can't, deny the work of God in our lives right now. So, and I have a mini testimony. I actually did a 3-day fast last week, and not really expecting anything out of it, just doing it just for spiritual reasons. And after the 3-day fast, the next day I received a major breakthrough. I mean, like major breakthrough from God, from the Word. Actually, He revealed something to me in the Bible, and things just began to click in my head. It was awesome. It was an awesome breakthrough, and it definitely did free me from a lot of mental, spiritual, and emotional torment over the last 3.5 months. And then, a few hours later, I did pray to God to show me a word for you, for the people. And he brought me to 1 Samuel chapter 2, so which is titled Hannah's Prayer of Praise. Okay. So a quick little backstory of Hannah. Hannah was the wife of Elkanah. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly or not, but Hannah was the wife of Elkanah, and she was unable to produce children for him, and it's greatly troubled her. Like she was, I mean, it made her extremely sad that she couldn't give her husband a child. And his other wife was able to, Penina, she was able to produce many children for Elkanah. So Hannah was barren, Penina, which was popping out babies left and right. And every year, Elkanah went down to the temple to worship, and he would always bring back portions of meat, and he would give much portions to Penina and her children, but he would give Hannah a small little amount because she hadn't produced. She was barren. She didn't give any children. And this really did hurt her. So Hannah naturally just felt less. Now, on top of that, Penina taunted Hannah for years. So year after year after year, Elkanah would go down to the temple, get the portions, bring it back, and Penina would taunt the mess out of Hannah, okay? And basically for being unable to birth children, and Hannah was in deep distraught. So she went down to the temple, and I mean, at this point, she felt helpless. Have you guys ever been to the point in your prayer to where you're kind of like on your last leg? That is what God is doing, because like the prayer where you're on your last leg, that's when that blessing comes in. You know what I mean? That's when you feel almost helpless, like you are just completely surrendering to God, like, Lord, please just help me. That is what's gonna bring in this blessing. Not for everyone, of course, but so Hannah prayed and asked God for a son. She promised using him as a dedication. So she said, God, if you give me a son, I will dedicate him to you. I will not cut his hair. He is yours to give. So she made a promise to God, okay? Now, after that, Eli, which was the priest, came in and he seen Hannah praying. And basically, he was like, okay, go home. The Lord is going to bless you with what you've been praying for. So it says, verse 18, it says, she says, oh, thank you, sir. Then she went back and began to eat again. They were at the temple at this time, and she was no longer sad. So it's like, at that moment, Hannah had faith. She had faith that God was going to answer her prayer. God was going to do what he said he was going to do. Whatever her prayer was, God was going to do that. So many of you guys, you have been having like a lot of faith that God was going to allow for something to come to pass. And it is literally, sorry guys, I got a message here. Literally the next day she conceived. So how amazing is God? You know what I mean? Like, she prayed for a son, the next day she conceived after years and years of unable to being conceiving. So I it was the level of faith that she had, and God did it. So that was a little backstory, but God brought me to that was First Samuel chapter 1, but God brought me to First Samuel chapter 2, which indicates that she has her blessing. Like, First Samuel chapter 2 talks about her promise is already there. Like, she is celebrating, she's rejoicing to God because he gave her this promise, because he allowed for her to have what she prayed for. So a lot of you guys, your prayers are here, your blessings are here, your promises are here. So now is the time to start rejoicing. Verse 1 says, "My heart rejoices in the Lord. The Lord has made me strong. Now I have an answer for my enemies. I rejoice because you rescued me." Okay? So you guys, your blessing, your opportunity, your new job, your promotion, your new car, your new relationship, your ordained husband or wife is here. God has heard you. God has seen when you were on the floor, you were crying, like you were weak in your knees crying, and then but because you remain faithful, it's here. So very interesting. Oh, but that's what I want to say first and foremost. I want to say this: a lot of you guys, when you have been praying and asking God for something, you made a promise to God. So maybe it was, "Hey God, if you allow for me to get married, I would never I don't know, I would never drink again," or whatever. I'm using that as an example. But you guys, when God brings you this promise, when God brings you this gift, when God brings you this blessing, you have to keep up your end of the deal. You have to remain dedicated. Hannah, she remained dedicated to him, because when her son was born, she did what she said she was going to do. She never cut his hair. She raised him up until he was weaned off of her, and then she gave him to the Lord, and he was at that temple for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? So Hannah kept her end of the deal, and because she did that, the Lord blessed her with more children, with like, I think like three sons and two daughters. We're talking about a woman that was barren. And because she kept her end of the deal, so not only did God bless her, but he gave her even more. So not only is God going to bless you with your blessing, with what you've been praying for, but he's also going to provide you with more, especially if you remain dedicated to him. So for many of us, God just wants you to remain dedicated to him. Once he brings you this promise, he does not want you to forget about him. He does not want you to run off about, "Okay, this is God, got what I wanted, I'm out." No, he wants you to remain dedicated, to remain faithful and loyal to him, or to whatever promise that you gave him. You know what I mean? So and then God is going to multiply. So if you just go through the First Samuel chapter 2, she is talking a lot about, she is praising God, but she's also there's also some contrast happening here. So it says here, "The bow of the mighty is now broken, and those who stumbled are now strong." It says, "Those who were well fed are now starving, and those who were starving are now full. The childless woman now has 7 children, and the woman with many children wastes away. The Lord gives both death and life." Okay. So basically, and then also this chapter also does talk about Eli and his sons, and Samuel, which is her son. So basically, at this time, God is transferring powers. Not only is he pouring out blessings and pouring out miracles, but he's also doing power transfer. So Penina was taunting Hannah, you know what I mean? But now Penina is silent. Now Penina had that power. She had the power that Hannah did not possess. She was able to birth children for Elkanah. So naturally she received more than Hannah, right? But because God transferred power, now Hannah has children. Now she is receiving from Elkanah. You know what I mean? And God blessed her more than what she'd been bargaining for. Hannah was fine with just one son, but God blessed her with more children after that. So what I'm saying to you is, you guys could be in positions right now to where you feel like you have always gotten less than, or you always got the bad end of the deal, or you've been taken advantage of, or there could be people that are above you right now that probably abuse their power. People that probably torment you. They have tormented you. They have made a mockery out of you. They have fooled you. They have taunted you because of a lack of something, or maybe because these people are just nasty people. God is taking away that power. So whether they have something that makes them powerful that you're about to have, or God is just going to humble these people, because Panina was humble. After that, it ain't really much to say after that. You know what I mean? I mean, that was the only thing that she had over Hannah, was the fact that she didn't have any children and she taunted her. But because God gave her children, humble, nothing, silent. So there are going to be people in your life that when these blessings start coming, they're going to be humbled, or just in general, people who have done this or been this way towards you, they're going to be humbled in this hour. Okay. This is a judgment period. There are transfers of power. Those people who were very flashy, or those people who, used what they had against others, that's being stripped from them, and those are given to the people that have stumbled, that were fallen, that were poor. God is going to sit the poor with the princes now. So there are going to be transfers of power happening. I'm talking about promotions happening. Okay, people are rising up in this hour. God is giving God is giving His children promotions of power, because especially if you remain dedicated to Him, He is going to multiply you after that. So after He gives you the blessing, He's going to continue to bless you. That is the gist of all of this. Okay, that God is still blessing. So for some of you guys, a quick example as well was Eli. Eli had sons, and they abused their power to the people. God basically killed Eli's sons, and he raised up Samuel, which was the son of Hannah, to be the priest, basically. So, once again, it's transfers of power. There are instant miracles happening. There are blessings pouring down from heaven, you guys. Take this word as it resonates with you. Bring it back to God for confirmation. But I want to just encourage you guys that breakthroughs are happening. Blessings are being answered. God's still in business, making His children happy. So, and basically, you guys, that was it. That's all that I had for you guys. Just start thanking God now, because your blessing is here. Once again, start praising God, just as Hannah did, and remain dedicated to Him. Once He does give you these things, or these things that you desire. Okay, so guys, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. See you guys later. Bye.